Oh, oh. Hope the reception's good here. Welcome in. Nobody's here yet. We're going to wait. Who's we? I'm going to wait. Until somebody gets in here. And we're going to see what's going on as we are live. I am riding solo today, my good friends. Let's see. I'm going to look for I gotta look for a starred email. Looking for a starred email right now. We'll see who joins in, if anybody. I think it's this one, maybe. No, it's not. It's this one. Okay, and we're gonna share this bad boy, and we're gonna wait a second. Let's see. Boot Crew Media presents another episode. I am not joined here tonight by my good friend Dev, who's a little busy right now. But we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get it. Wait, I gotta turn on the light. I don't know. This might be a bad look. This might be a bad look tonight. Bow. 4K TV. 4K TV. Here we go. But let's jump into this. Uno momento. Can Jameis Mark's back? We could go off the rails tonight for all that I care. We could go off the rails. Can Jameis get it done? We could turn this into a full-blown Saints podcast tonight, buddy. You've been seeing these boys? Yes, Jameis can get it done. I fully believe Jameis is getting it done tonight. This year, not tonight. He getting it done tonight. Whatever. In Jameis we trust. I personally, and no problem, man. We could go full blown Saints. I mean, I would love to. We could throw some UFC 277 in there for the podcast sake, right? I just like the background. We're so close. We're a week away from football. We're a week away from football, people. My life is about to be complete. I might go get my hair cut for football season. Look at this thing. Look at this. If you jump in, make sure to like. Hit that share button. The share button helps a lot. Hit the like button. Even though Will Smith might not be in the good graces of America because he slapped our good friend Chris Rock, I still like the jersey. You know, I don't think Will Smith from Who Gonna Marry Pale Guy it keeps Enola long term. I don't know, man. Who takes over? Who's gonna buy the team from her? That's a great question. I wouldn't be shocked if the Saints stay somehow. I don't know, man. Who buys the team? That you're making me worried, Mark. Mark, that makes me terrified to think that somebody that's not Tom or Gail is going to run this team. Because, to be frank, did I share this already? I don't even know if I shared it. I'm about to share this thing twice if I didn't already. Makes me terrified because I feel like they've done such a good job. I feel like this organization is such a well-oiled machine. The Saints are. Between Mickey and she and Seth. yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd marry her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm married, but I'd marry her. You know what I mean? It's what's for the best interest of the team. Ooh, I'm hitting the desk. It's what's for the best interest of the team. Affliction greater than Old Navy. Wait, dude, I couldn't find a shirt. Logan, Saturday night I'm gonna have an affliction shirt, bro. If I gotta go to Goodwill, I thought I had some in my closet, Logan. But don't even go with the Hugh. Don't attack Huey Lewis in the news yet. You hear me? Affliction greater than Old Navy. I think I'd agree with that. What about those Old Navy commercials, bro? Where everybody's just always dancing on some set. I mean, I'd marry Gail Benson. It's to keep the team alive. I think I would have the best interest at heart. We're a well-oiled machine. I don't think it. I mean, it does matter. No fear greater than affliction gear. Did you mean for that to rhyme? Because if so, that's gold. That's absolute gold, Mark. That's absolute gold. Let me run through this. Let's run through this DraftKings Sportsbook because there are some really interesting odds, especially in the main event for Nunes and Pena, and then we're gonna stay with the Comets and we're gonna stay with the Saints. But the calf slicer, the Peruvian necktie, there's tons of ways to win, to come out on top in the octagon for UFC 277. And there's one more with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. New customers can bet $5 on any fighter and win and get $100 in free bets. Win or lose. Whether it's Pena with a knockout kick or powerful punch from Nunes, you win no matter what. And with DraftKings same game parlays, you could turn another small bet into a big payday. Combine multiple bets like which fighter will win, number of knockouts, and more. For UFC 276, you can play same game parlay, and if it hits, you win double. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code BOOT. Bet $5 on any UFC 277 fighter to win and get $100 in free bets no matter what. That's promo code BOOT this Saturday at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral service can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. See the comment. I'm coming to it in a second. 1-800-522-4700. That'd be 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 1-800-BETS-OFF. 1-800-HOPE-NY. We shall see. Masked Up Podcast. Who dat? Let's freaking go, dude. We can. I'm totally willing to go off the freaking rails tonight. This card's definitely stacked, so we can move in from like fight to camp. I mean, we can talk about just football, man. How excited are we about this season, bro? Hey, I try to get through it. I'm getting better, man. If we could shorten that up, like make it like 10% of what it is, Dustin. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Masked Up. I need to go in there and subscribe to you, my friend. What is that? What do you do? I'm interested. I'm very interested in that. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna subscribe. I don't know what it is, but I'm game to listen to it. Yeah, that is a long ass read. Let's be honest. Let's call it for what it is. You got to get through it. I'm getting better. You know, apparently I'm learning to read in my mid-30s. But we can talk about football, man. We can talk about, you know what I saw? I got an update right before I got on with you guys. I saw an update right before I got on with you guys that the Arizona Cardinals have removed the independent study clause from Kyler Murray's $230.5 million contract, calling the addendum a distraction. So these guys, let's get this straight. These guys put the clause in there because, I mean, let's be honest. They don't put a clause in there for their superstar quarterback, who's apparently worth $230.5 million, to study more because they think, I mean, you don't put it in there if he's putting in I'm not saying the guy doesn't watch film, but they don't put that clause in there if they're not worried about him not watching film. Right? I mean, that's the whole reason to put the clause in there. Then he goes out to training camp and he's answering questions about it and he's offended. He thinks it's ridiculous, which props to him. I mean, if he's putting in the work, then he should feel that way, right? They come back before the end of the day and take the clause out of the contract. This is unbelievable. Arizona's in for it. And you know what? They have a good roster. They have a good roster. They got DeAndre Hopkins. Kyler Murray is ultra talented. And I do agree with what he said. I think he answered it appropriately. You don't have the success that he has, although I don't know if that really applies to high school so much. High school, you can just ball out, man. You know, I mean, watching film and stuff definitely matters. I'm not downplaying that. But high school, you don't get to the level of success that he's had. You don't get to the NFL if you're not putting in the work watching the film. But is he putting in the work and watching as much film as the rest of the league? I don't know. There's no way to tell. There's no way to tell. Only Arizona and Kyler Murray know that, right? And his teammates. So I don't know why you put the clause in there if you're willing that quickly. How in the world am I supposed to put this sentence together? If you're willing to take it out of the contract this quickly, that's what I'm trying to say. And I found a way to say it. I'm not gonna lie, I like this setup right here. My wife is about to never get this desk back. Look at this. Yay! Boy, I almost bust my knee. Just not on this desk. Anyways, The media day, the conference, the press conference for UFC 277 was good. Derek Lewis in good spirits, always good. He's having fun with his career now. And he always has been that way. But he got up there, man. I might have to do a post on Instagram or something. He get up there, flinched the hands, kind of threw Dana off, right? But I mean, let's get into it. Let's get into this main fight card, and then we'll jump back to football in a second. If you have any thoughts on, we can go outside of Saints too. I'm jacked to see how good these Bills are going to be. They might have the best record in the NFL. How do the Rams do? Julio Jones is on the freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneers now. Who honestly cares about that that's watching this? Nah, I don't think anybody. I don't think anybody cares about Julio Jones. I certainly don't care about Julio Jones. I mean, he was an absolute menace for Atlanta. But those days are long gone. You know what I mean? And granted, I know here Tom Brady's no Matt Ryan or Matt Ryan's no Tom Brady, however you want to word it. Man, crap on the damn Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't give a damn who plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I hate those scumbags. I ain't worried about that. Oh, Michael Morales did get a fight. That's our guy. That's Dev's guy. He says he tries to include me in the Michael Morales thing, but Dev is really the one that kind of like saw him before his last fight, was raving about him, called in. Michael Morales comes out there, gets a finish. I can't even remember if it was a knockout. I think it was a knockout. TKO. Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you? Oh, what's the matter? Hold on. I'm going to go on mute real quick. But don't go. So who do you think is going to win? Michael Morales or Adam Fugit?
Michael Morales.
Michael Morales? Okay. So Michael Morales is our pick. We're going to let you pick. So let's get to the big fights. We have Anthony Smith versus Magomed Ankalaev. Who's going to win that fight?
Ankalaev.
Okay, very good pick. Very good pick. Ankalaev is going to win that one. All right, here's another big one. Derek Lewis from New Orleans versus Sergey Pavlovich. Who's going to win that fight?
Michael Lewis.
Okay, Derek Lewis. Very good, very good. Let's make this next. We got two more picks. Former flyweight champion Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara France. Kai Kara France. That's who I picked. Very good pick. And the main event for the women's bantamweight championship. Is it current champion Julianna Pena or one of the greatest, if not the greatest, right? The women's GOAT, the greatest of all time. That's what it stands for. Amanda Nunes. Will Julianna Pena keep the belt or will Amanda Nunes?
Amanda Nunes.
Amanda Nunes? I'm picking Amanda too, girl. Yes.
Amanda Nunes.
You know what they call her?
Favorite.
I think they call her the Lioness. All right. Let me finish up. Come back.
I need help.
With what? Let me mute this. All right. Well, there you have it. Anyways, we have Anthony Smith, who is on a did he win most recently? Lionheart, Anthony Smith. He's coming off of 3 consecutive wins. Look at that. I'm thinking he's on a losing streak. That man has won 3 straight fights. Off of Devin Clark, Jimmy Crute, and Ryan Spann. 2 by submission, 1 by TKO. You know, he had gotten all the way to John Jones, had lost 2 fights in a row not long after that. But the guys won 3 in a row. Number 5 ranked light heavyweight. I would like to personally see Anthony Smith back into the title picture, but Magomed Ankalaev, I guess that's how you pronounce his darn name. Number 4 ranked light. What? He's number 4? Oh my gosh. I didn't realize he was that high, but I mean, he's coming off of, what is that? 7 consecutive wins or 8 consecutive wins. This is a massive fight. 9 of which by knockout, 8 by decision, 0 wins by submission. So we shall see. The flyweight is Alexandre Pantoja. 24-5 record, the Brazilian versus Alex Perez. This is a huge flyweight fight. It's number 4 versus number 7. Man, number 6. Oh my gosh, this is an absolutely stacked card. Derek Lewis coming in at number 5 against Sergey Pavlovich, number 11. Derek Lewis fighting down low again. This is the second consecutive fight where he's fighting somebody outside of the top 10. You can do that with him because he's a gamer and he's going for the knockout. And, he'll fight anybody. He does not care. And you can put him on these massive cards and it makes the cards deep. It makes the cards deep. Derek Lewis is about that life. Derek Lewis is going to fight 3 times a year. And if he gets on a string of knockouts and he continues this record, it's going to be entertaining to watch. Because Pavlovich, being number 11, Pavlovich is 15-1. Literally 1 loss on his record, and it's only to Alistair Overeem. I'm going to be right back. And we're back. And I'm back. Yes. There we go. Pavlovich, 15-1 record, only loss to Alistair Overeem. That was back in 2018. Interesting that loss is 2018. He's fought 3 times since then, in 4 years. Did not fight in 2020 or 2021. So I find that interesting. But he's there. He's number 11. That would mean that's why he's 15-1. He's only ranked number 11. 12 wins by knockout. A knockout artist himself. Huge fight there. And then we get into the 2 main events. And before we get into the 2 main events, I just want to sound off. And we can just talk football. I want to talk football a little bit. I want to kick my feet up. You can't see my feet, but I got the feet up. And that's where we're at in life. We're just gonna kick the feet up, and we're here to talk football. I think probably most improved team. Let's just throw out some random stuff because I didn't plan for any of this. But we'll just talk. We'll just talk football. Most improved team, probably going to be the Detroit Lions. I just think they drafted really well. I'm not even sure what they did in free agency, but I think they're going to be better. I think Goff is pretty good. Pretty good. I know that they're paying him way too much money, though. Jared Goff's he might be the highest. He might have the highest cap hit, or it's one of them. Either one. He's in the top 3 for cap hit. This guy's really got to put out and perform. That's why, and because they needed the help anyway. But if you're paying a quarterback that much money, you better get that man some help at wide receiver. And that's what they're doing. They got TJ Hawkinson, solid. They bring in Jamison Williams, I believe. I think is that the one who is out for the season with the thing? Jamison Williams? Oh my gosh, I've got to look this up. There was a receiver. Let's see, Jamison Williams. No, wasn't there an Alabama receiver? It's not easy to keep Jamison engaged in line. No, that's not it. It's not easy to keep Jamison engaged in Lions camp. What is this? Man, if he recovers, Jamison Williams is going to be a beast, bro. Anyway, so yeah, they have Jamison Williams. Aiden Hutchinson, great pick. Another Joey Bosa right there. I see them guys going 8-9, maybe 9-8. I need to do a predictions thing, but I got a week to start putting it. Well, I got about a month. And I should probably do it closer to the season because you don't know what kind of injuries are going to happen. And then what's the Hall of Fame game next week? I know it's not two of the biggest teams, right? But Jaguars and Raiders. You get to see Trevor Lawrence play. We get to see Devontae Adams with Derek Carr. The Raiders going to take the next step. Dude, as good as the Raiders are and as much as the Raiders have improved, you tell me in that division who's taking a step back. Maybe the Broncos, but they got Russell Wilson. Their defense should still be good, right? Their defense was very good last year, wasn't it? So even at his age, I feel like Russell Wilson is a step up from where Bridgewater, and I love Teddy Bridgewater. I take that back. Give me Teddy. But maybe if Raiders can make that leap. One of the best receivers in the league, Devontae Adams is. Derek Carr. It ain't gonna be the Chargers or the Chiefs though. The Chargers are gonna be roaring. The Jaguars. I mean, goodness gracious. I feel like the Jaguars don't. They overspent. They overspent in free agency for Christian Kirk. Although not that he's bad, but like, we'll see how that works out with Trevor Lawrence. Is the offensive line going to be any better for this guy? He kind of just like they were talking about Trevor Lawrence on ESPN yesterday. I think when I was at lunch, talk about how he had some throws where he just kind of like threw it nowhere. I mean, the NFL's fast, bro. NFL's a lot faster than ACC. I can tell you that. NFL's a lot faster than ACC, Trevor. And then next Thursday, August 11th, we get Giants and Patriots. The Giants got their work cut out for them too, because as good as Saquon Barkley looked in his first few years, they can't keep this man healthy. Daniel Jones ain't the guy, I mean, he's just not the guy. He's just not the guy. Good luck in New York. And neither do the Jets. What are the Jets going to do? I don't know. Zach Wilson better ball out after his offseason. He's probably had the best offseason of any player in the NFL. Arguably, depending on your view. You got the Titans and the Ravens also on that Thursday night, 6:30. The Giants and Patriots are going to be an NFL Network. The Hall of Fame game is going to be on NBC, by the way. That is August the 4th. Dang, bro, I got to go from August the 4th to August 11th before in between games. That's a long time. Titans and Ravens. The Titans go from having A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. They got Derrick Henry coming off the injury, who should be good, by the way. Who else we got? We got they don't have either one. They don't have either guy. They drafted your boy. I don't remember who they drafted, but they drafted a wide receiver out of Minnesota. I should have all the stuff in front of me, but they drafted a wide receiver to replace him. No, that was your boy from South Carolina? SEC. I know he's from the SEC, right? I don't know. Who knows? And the Ravens, Lamar Jackson. You know what? Lamar Jackson had a great response. Oh, Rob, we are going live on Saturday. Without a doubt. I'm going to be jumping back into UFC in just a second. I'm so excited about football right now. We're so close, yet so far, right? We are going to be live. Oh, 1,000%. I'm going to be there. Hopefully I'll have a haircut by then. Although I really do like this. But if I could keep this hair for my job, I would, bro. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That's how thick it is. Can't even see the fingers in that bad boy. Can't even, you can see it right there. Look, can't even see the fingers in that bad. Look at, yeah. Who that, man? I'm just going through some of these preseason schedule. Ravens. Lamar Jackson did have a response to, I do like his response to that anonymous defensive coordinator who said like he couldn't make any throws. He said he was anonymous for a reason. The hate is real on Lamar. And I wasn't ever like a Lamar. I'll tell you what, my one knock on Lamar is not even that the guy can't freaking stuck. Oh, my God. Keep the hair, he says. I want to, man. I really, really want to. I've never even like, ooh-wee. Oh, my gosh. Bruh. If these dudes, I mean, I feel like Jameis is as talented of an arm in the league. I trust him in this offense. I trust him with these receivers. I don't want to hear nothing. I think with these guys stay healthy, they ball out. They make it so easy for Jameis because he's ultra talented. Jameis is so underrated, dog. We're talking about a Heisman winning, and these are just the big points, right? These are the big points. Heisman winning, national champion. Dude, he's there. He's there. He's so talented. I think you're going to see, like last year, the numbers weren't like gawky numbers. He had a great touchdown interception ratio. But like, Jameis was not on pace to throw for 5,000 yards last year because he didn't need to. And I don't think we really tried to. He was throwing with like me out there at receiver. Marquez Callaway was our number one. This guy's our number 4 receiver now. Maybe 5. depending on what kind of formations and how we're coming out and how we're stacking it. You know what I mean? He made the plays that he had to. But sometimes Jameis would took off. That's what he said. Rob says he's super smart. Made the plays he had to. Sometimes he take off and run with that ball. He get that first down. Ooh-wee. He's got an arm on him. He's more accurate than the other quarterbacks that we have on the roster. This team, this is set up for his success, man. Even if we're missing Kamara for those first few games, I trust the depth of our backfield. I really do, bro. Do we still have Tony Jones Jr. and Mark Ingram out there? It will hurt. It will hurt. But I trust Ingram. I still think Ingram's gonna give you. He's running as hard as anybody else in the league. That guy is running. And you got Tony Jones Jr. in there to spell him out. I think we drafted a running back. Like, we have depth there. We have the depth. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Putting Taysom at every spot on the field. Dennis Allen talked about that today. Also, go follow Boot Crew on the YouTube and like this post, share this post, of course. Go follow Boot Crew on YouTube and Facebook, especially Talk Colada. They're covering the Saints right now in camp. Yeah, it's going to be so interesting. I think, the timing of it's the word I'm looking for. The timing of the play calling, not the timing. The play calling is going to be the most interesting part. Sean Payton was so good at timing out those gadget plays or trick plays or taking those shots downfield. Even at the end of Breeze's career, I think a lot of people, especially the haters out there, talk about like and it was limited, right, with Breeze's arm or lack thereof. But Peyton still found a way with Breeze's arm to he found a way in games. We won a lot of games at the end of Breeze's career every year, man. Like, we had great teams those years. And being limited, we still found ways to take shots, to get big plays and score the ball downfield. If they can get that in there and get a rhythm in the offense to take these shots, man, it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be dangerous. Yeah, I think he's different. They just got to time these babies out, man. Like, they just got to time them out. And it's going to help with guys as explosive as Olave. For guys like Jarvis, who are just going to get open, it should make it easy. Like, it should take so much pressure off of Jameis and just let him ball out. Doesn't have to overdo it. We don't need him to throw for 5,000 yards. Although I would love for him to throw for 5,000 yards. And we haven't even talked about the defense. The defense is looking good, son. The defense, the Honey Badger, Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis, Lockdown Lattimore. I ain't worried about Julio Jones. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not worried about Julio Jones at all. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think you're going to see and I think we have the line. Hopefully we have the line now to run the ball. If Trevor Penning wins out that job at left tackle over James Hurst, which is going to be very interesting to see because James Hurst has the experience. And James Hurst was really good for us when he's gotten in and make them big plays when needed. Exactly. Thomas and the boys are going to be Thomas and Landry are going to be open. The unknown is even though I think he'll be good, is Olave. All the attention's on them, man. And Taysom and AK 41. What was I saying though? The Honey Badger, Lockdown Lattimore, Paulson and Debo. So and CJ Gardner-Johnson. Are you freaking kidding me? CD Deuce in the house. All of these guys are getting all the attention. If they play to where we think they can play at the level that they typically play at, and Debo takes a huge next step in his second year, oh my gosh, dude. Debo could be the piece to the puzzle that freaking completes the whole defense. If this turns in to one of the best cornerback duos in the league, you better believe that CD Deuce, Marcus May, and the Honey Badger are gonna lot and that dude, yes. If we run solid, the play action is gonna be so deadly. And then this guy, you're right, oh my gosh, that long dude, he's got long arms, longer than mine, but you know what I'm saying. I just don't know. This is how I say long arms with my body. Yes, the Tennessee cornerback, safety, whatever you want to call him. Yes, yeah, dude, he's rangy guy, tall. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2", maybe. Could be like another Janoris Jenkins, maybe. I know we got Jenkins till the end of his career, but rangy cornerback making plays, man. I think if I remember correctly, watching when they drafted him, and kind of go look at YouTube and that, and he's got a great group of vets to learn from, dog. You learning under lockdown Lattimore? Oh my gosh, bro! It's gonna be Demario Davis. What's his name? Who's the other linebacker? Because we don't have Quan. I think I saw Quan signed with the Jets or somebody like that today. Peyton, not Peyton Turner. Why am I drawing a blank? Saints linebacker, dude. What the F? Not DeMario. I'm not thinking about DeMario. Let me see this. Organize it by position. I'm gonna be so mad at myself when I realize who it is. Pete Werner, bro. Pete Werner steps into that second linebacker role. He's in his third or fourth year. Like this could be with DeMario and Pete Werner, bruh. What? I don't think it's gonna be Zach Bond, unfortunately. This is a solid defense. Cam Jordan, Davenport's on the PUP list. They haven't said much about him, but Davenport being on the PUP list kind of worries me because I'm just tired of hearing about it. And it's no knock on him. When he plays, he's good. When he plays, he's freaking good. We still have Onyemata. The question is, who's going to be the second guy? As of right now, the rest of our defensive tackles are Josh Black, Albert Huggins, Jordan Jackson, Jaleel Johnson, and Kentavious Street. Oh, Shy Tuttle. Duh. Shy Tuttle and David Onyemata in the middle of that defense. The thing is, I'm so excited about this team, and I'm so excited about every level of it. Literally every single position on the offense and defense. And one of them's going to get hurt. And who's it going to be? Who are we out? Who are we out of? The cornerback from Tennessee. Let me figure out who that was. Was it Bryce Thompson? It was. It is Bryce Thompson. And how big is he? Oh, he's 5'11", man. I thought he was 6'1". We still have Bradley Roby on the... Oh, no. It was Alontae Taylor. I am off on the guy. Alontae Taylor's 6 foot, so I was close enough. Oh! Kerry Garcia. It's fun Kerry in the house. Alontae Taylor, if you're still here, Rob. Alontae Taylor's the guy from Tennessee. We also have Bryce Thompson, right? We had Bryce Thompson before. Bradley Roby still on the freaking roster. Lattimore, of course. Adebo's on there. Thompson's a vet, I believe. 1 year in the league. Not a vet, but 1 year in the league. PJ Williams on the squad, bro. This is going to be a solid team. I don't know where the microphone is on this. It's going to be a solid team. I think we win this division. I mean, I know I'm a homer, but are the Falcons better than us? The Falcons aren't better than any team in the league. They're literally the worst team in the league. I think the Falcons get the number 1 pick next year and mess it up. Who else we got? The Panthers. Oh my God. I don't know if these numbers were accurate, but I did see somewhere that Baker Mayfield they had about the same amount of passes at camp, at practice. Baker Mayfield throws 0 touchdowns, interceptions, and 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. And they said that your boy comes in. What's his name? Not the backup, but oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I'm so tired right now. This is driving me nuts. My kids are fighting right now. That's part of the reason why I can't think. Hold on. I'm about to have to go get my kids, y'all. I'm about to have to go get my kids. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna hate Sam Darnold. I'm getting old. Darnold throws like 4 or 5 touchdowns. Oh my gosh, I'll be right back. Oh, all right. We back up in here. Sam Darnold. I think I saw that Sam Darnold threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, or 5 touchdowns or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but that's not good for the Panthers. You know, and I know that their salaries are the same, and you can have a quarterback battle, and I think these guys are close. I don't know. I was always really high on Sam Darnold, so I don't know where I stand on that. I mean, who's better? Dude, here's the thing. They traded for Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's 2 years older than Darnold. Now they're getting paid the same, and he's the older quarterback. He's got to win this job outright. He's got to win this battle. You know, I think it's good competition because both guys are kind of similar. I would give the edge to Baker. I would. I'd give the edge to Baker. Do you? Do you? They got PJ Walker also back there. And Matt Corral. What an interesting depth chart of quarterbacks. What an interesting depth chart of quarterbacks. Saints are not worse than them, back to where we were. And then you got the Bucs. I think we're gonna have a better regular season record than the Bucs. I think the Bucs are still in the playoffs. Although they're so good on paper, everything's got to fall into place for teams like this. I don't even know who is Tampa Bay's tight end now that Gronkowski is retired. I'm sure whoever it is probably really good. Tight ends on the roster. Do they still have? They don't have OJ Howard anymore. OJ Howard went to the Browns. Is that correct? I think OJ Howard went to the Browns. They're tight end. Cameron Brate still there, but he's 31 years old. Darren Fells on the roster, 36 years old. They have J.J. Howland, Kieft, Cade Otton, Kyle freaking Rudolph. That's who they have. God, dog it. 32 years old, but I take Kyle Rudolph over the rest of them guys. Kyle Rudolph, less than stellar season last year, but he was with the Giants, so you know you got to take that for what it's worth. He had a great career in Minnesota, 4,700 yards, 49 touchdowns over his career. It's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's so good, though. Gosh, I hate these guys. They still have Giovanni Bernard, Leonard Fournette. You know, these guys are just, you know, they run to Tom Brady. They run to play with Tom Brady. Mike Evans, Julio Jones. Chris Godwin still got to come off the injury. Julio Jones still has to stay healthy. You know what you're going to get with Mike Evans. Mike Evans has had 1,000 receiving yards every season of his career. You know, he's had over 10 touchdowns 4 different times in his career. He's probably going to go down as the greatest Buccaneer wide receiver of all time. But the man can't beat Marshawn Lattimore, dog. That's the truth. Anyway, so we just ran through the NFC South. I just wanted to get that off my chest, how good I think we're going to be this year. It's going to be all right. The main event of UFC 277. Back to UFC. We're jumping all over the place, but I'm here for it. You got Julianna Pena, Amanda Nunes. I got to go back one fight. I talked about Derek Lewis. Brandon Moreno, as good as he is, and Brandon Moreno's great. He had 3 straight fights with Figueiredo. But, before that exchange, he was 18-5-1. He had the draw against Figueiredo. And didn't lose to him to the last fight, but they fought 3 times in a row. So he's probably going to have to win 2 fights before he gets back, before they have a rematch against that. and Kai France, who has been on a tear. His last loss coming back in 2020, September 27th. But he's had a string of wins, 3 consecutive wins. He is the number 2 ranked flyweight. And if Kai France wins, that's who I'm picking. He's going to jump and get a title shot against Figueiredo. That's what I want to see. And this is for the interim belt, by the way, because Figueiredo's out. And then you got Julianna Pena and Amanda Nunes. I don't think Julianna Pena's win was a fluke by any stretch of the imagination. Pena has been really good. She's got an 11-4 record. Her only, 2 recent losses were to Valentina Shevchenko, which, everybody's going to lose that fight. And then Jermaine Durandamy. And I think that was more of a fluke. Not a fluke. Durandamy's good. But Pena's a beast. That being said, I think this happens to a lot of fighters that are as dominant as Amanda Nunes. It happened to all of the ones that really defended their belts for a very long time. That's what caught Anderson Silva. It's what caught on BJ Penn's last run when he switched weight classes. That's what happened to him, I believe. I mean, he was also towards the end of his career, but that's what happened to him. He ran into a guy like Frankie Edgar, a really good, hungry fighter that hadn't had the belt yet. Ran into Frankie Edgar. It happened to Ronda Rousey. It happened to it happens to a lot of these fighters that go on these long runs. It happened to I wouldn't call it to like Woodley. I don't think Woodley fighters at some point they start taking it lightly. They start taking it lightly. I think that she took Julianna Pena a little too lightly because she was so dominant in those previous fights. And nothing really showed that Pena was going to do what she did. Not the way she did it. She took it to Amanda Nunes. This is going to be an incredible rematch that we're going to get to witness here. And if Julianna Pena does, this is massive, dude. To beat her twice in a row, that would be nuts. And if Amanda Nunes comes back, then was it really a fluke? Then I think if she does, and she does it definitively, we are saying that the only reason that Julianna Pena lost was because Nunes took her lightly. Now, if this is a slugfest and we go 5 rounds in one of the greatest women's fights of all times, which is very possible, by the way, let this thing be a split decision, or let it be really close, or just go 5 rounds of just great fighting, I think we get a rematch. I'm here for it. This is all the makings. Even the undercard is good. You got Drew Dober on the undercard. Michael Morales is on the undercard. Give a welterweight bite about Alex Morono. 21-7 record against Matthew Semmelsberger. That's his name, Matthew Semmelsberger. I'm going to pick him in that fight. He's got a 10-3 record. I just like the last name. It's huge. This is huge. And this is our second pay-per-view of the month. Let's freaking go, guys. I'm going to sneeze. Oh! Woo! Ew! I rolled off the rug. But, I'm here for it. It's going to be really good fights. And then we'll jump in the odds. Since this bad boys, do not forget that if you like to bet, if you don't like to bet, and you want some free bets, this is the time to do it, people. For big-time pay-per-views like this, new users enter promo code BOOT. And if you win or lose in any fight, you get $100 in free bets. So let's take a look at these odds, right? Let's take a look at these odds. And which ones are interesting. Derek Lewis is actually the underdog in this. Derek Lewis against number 11 ranked Sergey Pavlovich is the underdog in this fight, plus 115. I'm going to be honest with you. That's a really good underdog to take right there. Just because, I don't know. Pavlovich has only lost once in his career, and I'm sure that's why. Also, Kai France is a plus 185 underdog. That would be a great parlay, a great 2-fight parlay to make. That would get you plus 512, plus 512 odds. Me and Dev, we don't really bet big, but some of you guys out there, you do bet big, and a $100 bet will win you $600. We typically bet $25 and under. You know why? Because I'm a regular human being, and I'm not doing it. But a $25 bet will win you $153. That's not a bad parlay to take if you want to go underdogs, because I don't know that I'd go. I mean, it's paying is plus 225 as an underdog. You could take all three underdogs in this fight for plus 1891 odds. Are you kidding me right now? You can definitely you have your options here with this fight card. I mean, even and the favorites aren't huge favorites either. You can still take the favorites in all three of those fights if you like to do the parlays and then plus 251 odds. I don't know that I'd do that, but $25 bet will win you $87. But it's not a great fight card to bet on. I'll be honest with you. I bet you can bet that this Derek Lewis Pavlovich fight would end in a knockout if they have that method of victory. You'd have to pick a guy. So, it's going to be really up to you. Just enter promo code BOOT, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose, and you're going to get $100 in free bets. You just got to place that first bet. So I appreciate everybody that jumped in here and commented tonight. This one was fun. It was fun. Kind of missing my guy Dev here. Hard to talk nonstop by yourself. No, it's not. It's really not. It's not hard to talk nonstop. But I appreciate anybody that jumped in, and I appreciate everybody who liked and shared. I see a good bit of reactions here. But we're here for it. Do not forget to join Saturday night. Me and Dev will be live from Boot Crew Media from the studios for UFC 277. You can enter promo code BOOT. And I always go this way with it, and it's over here, man. It's over here. But we always appreciate it. Jump in. It's going to be fun. If you're not watching the fights, we call them. If you are watching the fights, jump in and we can talk. Especially if you're just at home watching these things by yourself, right? It's huge implications. Lots on the line here Saturday night. Michael Morales is on the early prelim, so we'll try to get out there early because I know Dev wants to see his guy fight. If not, no big deal. But we appreciate it. Thank you guys very much, and we will see you Saturday night. Y'all have a good one.